Walking down the deadline at Andersonville, where disease, death, and starvation all had their fill. Walking inside the prison yard at Andersonville, the earth cries of the suffering, but now so still. Of 45,000 men here led, almost 13,000 would be dead. Officially named Fort Sumter, a hellhole here on earth. Walking down the deadline at Andersonville, a 4-foot rail, 19 feet inside the stockade. Walking inside the prison walls at Andersonville, 20-foot pine logs sunk 5 feet, cruel walls were made. 400 new arrivals some days. It was open for a 14-month stay, officially named Fort Sumter, a hellhole here on earth. Walking down the deadline at Andersonville, the prisoner exchange failed, so prisons quickly filled. A new prison was built in '64 at Andersonville. 16 acres later expanded, but overcrowded still. Was first built for 10,000 men, but 26,000 crammed into this pen. A 6-foot square per man, a hellhole here on earth. Walking down the deadline at Andersonville, here walked ghostly remains, horrific conditions so bleak, digging holes some 50 foot deep, in desperation, some for escape, but others fresh water they seek. A small stream going through the prison, upper end they drink, the other for excretions. Officially named Fort Sumter, a hellhole here on earth. Sentry boxes high on the walls at Andersonville, or pigeon roosts they were named by the residents. Prisoners crossing the deadline at Andersonville were shot and killed. Some used it to end their stint. No shelters, so tents were improvised. In chaos and filth, most tried to survive. 100 died many days, a hellhole here on earth. There inside the stockade walls at Andersonville, a group of raiders took advantage, brutalized weaker ones. There within these walls here at Andersonville, there was a trial by peers, found guilty, and 6 were hung. New arrivals at camp were called fresh fish, lived in a corral where hope would fade to wish. Officially named Fort Sumter, a hellhole here on earth. Walking down the deadline at Andersonville, exposure to the elements turned men to skeletal spoils. Walking inside the prison yard at Andersonville, in the summer of '64, the stream turned into dry soil. Conditions weren't much better for the guards. Hands tied for Henry Wirtz in charge. No one to really blame, just the unjust hordes of war. Walking down the deadline of Andersonville, life was drained from bodies, trench graves they'd fill. Walking inside the prison walls of Andersonville, a reverence to the grounds, such suffering, but now so still. After the war did reach its 4-year end, scapegoat Henry Wirtz to the scaffold they would send, the only execution for war crimes in the Civil War.